Welcome back to the Back and Forth podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
Paul Schwartz.
Paul Schwartz, yes. My co-host went through a name change over the weekend. It was very, very big news. Very big news. Now, for those that are watching, Paul Schwartz.
Paul Schwartz. I am offended if I'm called Joey. Paul Schwartz.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, view, whatever you got to do. Get the word out. We really appreciate your love. We got a little update on the NBA Finals after 2 games.
Raptors in 7.
We're sticking with Raptors in 7. Kind of a bizarre game 2, you would say.
You know what? My friend Sean brought this up. You know what always just absolutely pisses me off? Andre Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala.
He does nothing all game, every time. Blazers, what was it? Game 3, I want to say. Game 4, Game 3. Not a peep from him. Comes down to the last possession. He gets a steal on Damian Lillard. Let's go to this series now. Does Jack, you know what, all game. One of the worst 3-point shooters I've ever seen. That's why they gave him the open 3. They're just like, drains it. He's a great player and I respect him. But just like my friend Sean, absolutely just makes my skin crawl. Does nothing all game, hits a clutch 3 to win it. Arguably, if he would have missed that shot, the Raptors would have had enough time, get a rebound, call a timeout, and draw up a game-winning play. So, Raptors played their, what's off. Golden State, was just a better team at the end of the game. They hit the threes. I'm not going to – the refs weren't even – people were blaming the refs. I don't think the refs were too bad that game. I think the Warriors were just simply the better team that night. Series all tied up at 1, and Toronto's got to go to Oracle, and they got to snag one in Oakland, because if they don't, they're going to be down 3-1, and it's going to be very tough to come back. So they want to at least snag one game down in Oracle, then you'll get Game 5 in Toronto, and that gives you a chance to go up if they can get that game at home. So they need to get one of these games at Oracle for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I like I said, to me, it looked like, especially in the second half of Game 2, Golden State wanted the game more. I mean, you had a 20-0 run to start off the half, where I believe Toronto had 0 for 6 shooting, and I believe 5 turnovers within that 5.5 minute span. You can't do that in the playoffs. In a playoff game, when you win this game, you're up 2-0. Worst case scenario, you go to Oracle and you drop 2, and the series is tied at 2. That was a pivotal game, I think, for the Raptors. And the Warriors were kind of played into the Warriors' hand that it's now 1-1, because they know it's very tough to beat the Warriors in Oracle. It's a very tall task. Very few teams have done it. So I think
both of the games the Clippers won were in Oracle.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare.
I think Oracle's an overrated arena. Really, I think you can win there.
But I also think.
Sorry, Alex, but I think it's not that hard to win there, really.
It seems to me the Warriors are kind of just weathering the storm here. They're like, okay, let's bide our time.
Houston got a couple games there, too, as well.
I'm not saying it's not.
And their home record this year was not good.
I'm not saying it's impossible to win there, but I'm saying more likely than not teams don't win there because it's been such a noisy place in the past. Now, like I said, it seems like the Warriors are biding their time, waiting for KD to come back. Obviously, Clay went down with injury last night. We're uncertain on his status. I think immediately after the game,
he's fine.
I would say I think he said immediately after the game he should be good to go. They're going to do an MRI today. Hopefully that just confirms.
The Warriors are smart. Don't rush KD back into this. They don't need.
I think you could see him probably make a return in Game 4. I would be very shocked.
I go Game 4, Game 5.
I would be very shocked for 3.
Maybe it's gonna be Game 5.
I would say maybe. I don't know, maybe Game 4, if he starts practicing soon. Because that's the other report we've heard, is he hasn't really practiced much at all, I don't believe, and he's barely shooting the ball, which is why I'm a little hesitant to say Game 3, but I think he's probably aiming for a Game 4, which is another pivotal game in the series, especially if the Warriors win Game 3. You talk about a game that could give Warriors control going back to Toronto. I always say it all the time. I think the most pivotal games in any series is 4 and 5. 4 and 5, I think, really dictate what happens. And, obviously the Warriors with 3-1 lead, we know their history with that. But
it's one fucking series.
And
they've been up 3-1 countless times.
I know if I bring that up, somebody's going to go into the comment section. Remember what happened when Golden State had 3-1 lead? Yeah, we all remember, but. To me,
Hold on, let me just address something since you brought that up. If LeBron didn't go crying to Adam Silver about Draymond Green, Warriors would have won that series.
oh, no doubt.
They would have won.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
they would have won the series.
Absolutely. And all these LeBron fans and anti-Warrior fans can't look at me with a straight face and say Draymond's suspension didn't change the outcome.
And not only that, they praised. I'm not saying LeBron didn't do anything here. They praised LeBron. Who? I don't want to get too off topic here, but let's just address this real quick. Who hit that game-winning three?
It was
like 50 seconds left. Who hit it?
Well, I believe that was Kyrie. The
It wasn't
shot
LeBron,
heard
right?
around, It was Kyrie who had the shot heard around Cleveland.
Kyrie. Oh, and then on top of that, who got to the free throw line and then went 1 for 2 at the free throw line? Wasn't it LeBron on
Yeah.
the clutch situation?
Exactly.
He went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. That's right.
This year supposed
Missed the free throw.
Right.
That's right.
and
Oh, better yet, who hit that clutch 3 against the Spurs in, what was it, Game 6?
that was, I believe, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Wasn't LeBron. Oh, LeBron missed it before. Then they got the offensive rebound and Ray Allen.
Yeah,
did it,
Chris
right?
Bosh just was standing there for the
That's
ball.
right. Oh, and another thing. Who failed to do a three-peat and went 2-2 in the finals with the super team? Was that LeBron?
That was LeBron.
That was LeBron,
who
right?
promised not 1, not 2,
Oh,
not
but
3.
better yet, who let Dirk Nowitzki single-handedly beat him in the finals? That was also LeBron, right?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. So
Yeah.
let's just talk that 3, since we brought it up, that 3-1. Draymond Green didn't get suspended. Like I said, LeBron didn't go crying.
Right.
They'd won that series. And LeBron would have 2 championships. And if Ray Allen did make that shot,
Right.
LeBron would have 1 championship.
But anyways, getting back to this series, we can obviously address the greatest of all time debate in another episode. I think that'd be a really good thing. But getting back to the
Not
series,
LeBron.
but definitely not LeBron. I agree with you on that one.
He's
for
not
sure.
the greatest of all
Anyways, Game 2 last night was the most probably bizarre thing I've ever seen because you had Iggy down for a little bit with injury. He did come back, like Joe said, hit a really clutch 3, but he did get shaken
It's
up.
always Iguodala.
Looney went out with injury. Clay.
Kevin Looney?
Looney. He stepped up a little bit for the Warriors. He's played a lot better than people would have expected. Clay pulled a muscle, it looked like. Steph was playing with a fever, I believe. It's like everything you could have imagined going wrong.
It's
for the
like
Warriors.
2K. You have the who brought that up?
I did with the
injuries.
I was like, this is like watching 2K with the injury setting on max.
Like 99 on 99.
I was like, God, who's going to come in next for the Warriors? The manager and Steve Kerr.
All they really need, when I watch this, all they really need is Curry out there.
Yeah.
That people really just, I don't understand how Curry does not get enough.
Well,
respect.
it's funny because last night I was.
He is such a game changer. That's why he has a $200 million.
Yeah.
The Warriors would not be the Warriors without Stephen Curry.
Well, and it's funny.
People still doubt. I honestly think, call me crazy, but I think Steph Curry right now, and my friend Devin brought this argument up to me, and I wasn't really with it. But now watching this year and paying close attention to the Warriors, I think Stephen Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. I don't even think it's a debate. I know Magic. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Magic Johnson."
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in the NBA. Steph Curry is the most valuable player to a team in the NBA.
He's certainly.
If Steph Curry were to walk out that door, it'd be a whole different thing for the Warriors.
Oh yeah, I would.
I seriously think that.
I undoubtedly think Steph Curry is the most valuable player on.
And I think
team.
he's the best point guard.
You can make the argument best player. Maybe it's KD, but if you're talking most valuable player to the team, it's Steph. And it's funny. I was watching the game with my uncle last night, and he said, "Dang, Steph went 0 of 6 or something to start. He's gonna have 30 points." I was like, "You're crazy." He went 0 for 6. He looks like he's in a funk. Clearly something's not right. And sure enough, Steph started heating up. He hit.
What happened in that second half against Houston in Game 6? He had 0 points, right? And when he come out in the second half, he dropped 33 points in the second half.
Yeah,
when he went
for like 0 for 6, I was like, "Oh great, Steph's gonna have like 10. It's gonna be a terrible game. Raptors are probably gonna blow him out." And all it takes is a shot or two to get Steph rolling.
He's the greatest. He's seriously, to me, the greatest point guard of all time. But, very pivotal game, too. Toronto won that. That's a 2-0 series, and now the pressure will be put on Golden State. Now the pressure's kind of on both teams. I think Toronto needs to go and get one in Oracle, which will be tough to do, but I don't think it's impossible. I think it's definitely possible for them to do. If they go out and play the way they did, they need to play the way they did in Game 1. Toronto's playing confident. They were playing, a lot of energy, fast pace, and it just didn't look the same last night. It kind of looked the same in the first half. I was like, right, here we go again. Toronto's going to kind of not run away with this, but get a sizable lead where, they're going to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. And then in the second half, Warriors came out, I believe it was an 18-0 run. And I think that's a kind of they started bearing and, Toronto was just in too big of a hole where they couldn't dig themselves out of it or, climb themselves out of the hole. So, They just got to make sure that they don't let the Warriors go on that run because the Warriors will always do this. Look at that Houston series. Look at the Blazers series. They get down. Even Draymond said this. They go down 17, 20, 23 points. And even Draymond said, we can cover 17 points in 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You need to not, when you're playing the Golden State Warriors, you never let off the gas pedal.
No.
I don't care if the score is 101 to 78 with 3 minutes left. That game is not over.
Right.
You do not let off the gas pedal with that team. I've seen insane comebacks with that Warriors team. And probably someone's going to be like, 3-1, they let a comeback up.
Exactly.
But
I just mentioned.
they're going to find every way to mention it. I was thinking about that in my head. But I've seen the Warriors come back, down 20-plus points. Any NBA team can do it.
Yeah.
No game in the NBA is over. I saw this year the Celtics and Clippers. Celtics were up by 28 points in the third quarter. Boston ended up losing that game by 13 points. 41-point, turnover, basically.
Well, Clippers and Warriors earlier in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. 31
points.
31-point lead in the third quarter. The Los Angeles Clippers came back and won that basketball game.
Yeah.
No game in the NBA is over. You never let off the gas pedal because if you let off that gas pedal against the Golden State Warriors and you let Curry just even hit a couple threes,
I would say,
he's going to start feeling it. Mm-hmm. They're not going to miss. They're going to be swinging that ball around on the perimeter and they're going to be knocking down shots. And now they got Boogie back. They have a legitimate big.
He played good.
And that's one of the only advantages Toronto had was their big man.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be taken away from them now that they have DeMarcus. Yeah, and he played great last night. What was it? 12 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists,
I would say
something along those
definitely
lines.
Definitely double-double. And I believe Draymond almost had another triple-double from what I saw.
So you never let off the gas pedal. I don't care if it's 130 to 12 with 4 minutes left. You keep going.
Yeah. To me, game 2 looked like Kawhi and a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it was. There's games where they play as a team, and there's games where Kawhi's just like...
Because Kawhi had a great night. He had 34 points, I believe 14 to 24 shooting or something like that. But it was because it was the Warriors put such a good product out that nobody really remembers Kawhi's 34. They're like, oh, Kawhi had 34? I didn't even know. But anyways, getting back here, you're definitely right about the Warriors. It takes maybe, two Clay threes and 2 Steph threes, and boom, they're right back in. I mean,
it takes 1 3. Then
in a blink of an eye. Especially if they're at home, yikes.
Yeah,
hold on.
Because they feed off that energy.
That place gets noisy.
The bandwagon fans.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Warriors! Warriors!
Exactly. But I think they're probably the same people that were rooting for the Lakers back in 2010 when they made the championship run.
They'll all be they'll all be Phoenix Sun fans when the Suns are dynasty.
Exactly. I think they just they have a little dartboard. And they just throw a dart. They're like,
well, there's legitimate people like that. So.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely people that,
I think Oakland or that area was just like, the Warriors were just so bad. And then they saw that they were good. And they're like, oh, we have we have a basketball team? Well, let's go out and support them. Right. I think that's what it was.
But yeah.
Because you look at photos from Oracle in 06 when that team was losing and pathetic the year before Curry. Or even Curry's first couple of years where, Curry wasn't the superstar he is now. That place they looked like the Thomas and Mack on a Tuesday night. Yeah. Like it seriously did.
And now they're selling out every single game.
But just about. And yeah, courtside seats are what, $93,000?
Something like that. You got to take out, I say, you take out a 401k, your retirement, savings plan, whatever you got. I mean, that's pretty much what
those courtside seats are worth about more than half of the people in America's salary.
Probably.
So it's dropping 93. So I was like, that's my salary, man. God damn. But yeah, so games 3 and 4, I believe game 3 is what, Wednesday?
I believe so.
Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah, so game 3 is Wednesday.
Game 3 is Wednesday, 6 o'clock, as always. So I'm rooting for the Raptors. I'm tired of seeing I think this Warrior dynasty needs to come to an end. Because, we need to see something different here. I'm rooting for the Raptors. I'm rooting for Kawhi to stay. They're just a really likable team. I love Siakam. Obviously, the GOAT, Marvin Menzies, developed him.
That was fun. That was the highlight of the night last
night.
That was the highlight of the night when he posted that. I won't get into what the caption I put under it that I sent to Joe. It's probably not too good, but it was definitely a good laugh.
Yeah. He's taking credit for it, I guess, but that's Marvin, all right. And then he was liking there was comments in there that saying UNLV messed up, and he was liking them and stuff. And I was like, yeah, we really,
yeah, we messed up.
Sheikman Dembele was the next Pascal Siakam. We really messed up here, guys.
Yeah.
But leave in the comments what you think the series is going to end up being. I got Raptors in 7. I believe Matt has Warriors in 6 or 5. Alex probably has Warriors in 5. He thinks, which I wouldn't surprise me, honestly, because they'll probably go out and go on a run here and close it out. We appreciate you listening. Of course, subscribe, comment your thoughts, follow our Instagram at Backforth Podcast.
Just make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, do all you got to do to get the word out back and forth. Coming at you with more content soon.